Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. From the title of the video, you know what's going to happen. So yeah, let's get into it. The first step is to prep your skin. I'm using the hydrating booster today. I don't always use it all the time. You can literally use a normal cream, and I'm using the Dewy Setting Mist by Karate. I hope I'm saying it right. So I spray it and then pat it all in. I've noticed that is better than just rubbing it. And the second step I do is color correcting. People think you need to use the color theory wheel to actually properly color correct, but you don't really need to. You can, but you don't really need to. What you actually need to do is to use a dark concealer or foundation shade and rub it and apply it over your dark spots or whatever. And ever since I've tried this method, I realized that my hyperpigmentation spots have decided to stop creeping out of my foundation, because before they creep out all the time. So yeah, just dab it everywhere that you have dark spots. And the third step is foundation. So I'm using this foundation from Blossom Makeup. It's actually full coverage. But one thing you need to know about foundation is when you dab it around your palm or a flat surface, you need a dent brush like that, and you want to spread it out with on your hand or on that surface, wherever you're using, so you don't over apply foundation. Because when you over apply too much foundation, I'm not saying over apply too much, like it's the same thing. When you over apply foundation, it just makes your what do you call it, your look cakey. It just, you don't want that. That's just redundant. Like, why do you want to make your makeup cakey? And that's something I used to battle with. I used to wonder, why is my makeup so cakey? I'll be following Alisa Ashley's tutorial, I'll be following Jackie Aina's tutorial, but then I'll be putting too much makeup foundation. Sorry. Next step is concealing and contour. This is my favorite step. So I use two shades. I'm using two shades today. You don't really need to use two shades. I'm using a very light shade, and I'm using a concealing shade for me. This is so much lighter than my actual concealer shade. So yeah, I've forgotten the name of that concealer from Ali Girl. But yeah, so when I apply concealer, I apply it on my inner eye. I don't do a whole fat ass triangle anymore. I used to, but then now I do this mostly because of TikTok. And I actually like this better than when I used to apply a whole fat ass triangle over my face. So yeah, it just blends, just makes your face look more sculpted. And that's what I noticed. And if you're a beginner, this is so much more better than wondering about how much concealer you need to apply, how much you don't need to apply. I still struggle with that. Sometimes I overdo it, but this is just the best bet. Did I edit this part out? I didn't. So anyway, you're going to watch me apply concealer. So I apply it on my inner eye area. I apply it around my nose. I apply it under my mouth. Is that your chin? Yeah, I apply on my forehead. I apply very little on my forehead. That's because when I was new to makeup, when I applied concealer on my forehead, there used to be a lot of flashback. So I apply less than anybody actually would, because lots of people actually apply way too much concealer. The next step is, what do you call it? Is contour. I apply it on the high point of my cheek. That helps your face to look a lot more sculpted. Like, when I mean sculpted, like it basically gives your face a facelift. I tend to apply a lot more than I need. Like, I apply a lot of lots of contour concealer, because I just like it. I just like how my face ends up. It just ends up like flawless, if you get what I mean. If you do makeup, I don't know, you will notice this. Like, I don't apply this much. I don't know why I applied this much today. But yeah, and I forgot to apply it around my nose. My concealer, my normal concealer around my nose, beside my nose area, and on top of my lip. That's where I usually apply it. And let me tell you guys something about nose contouring. I'm terrible at it. I don't know how I get away with it. But when I blend out my concealer, I use that kind of brush, a flat brush. I prefer brushes more than sponges. I basically don't use sponges anymore, because if you use a brush, you notice how it just blends it out much more better. Basically, it just swoops it to the side without soaking up the products, because that's what sponges do. They soak up products. Yeah, I was gonna say something, I forgot it. Anyways, oh yeah, I wanted to say that you should actually blend out your contour first before blending out your concealer. Like, that is so much more better than blending out your concealer and then blending out your contour. Trust me. I don't know why I did this today. I really don't know. I think I was trying to experiment today of all days. But yeah, you see how it's just swooping everything to the side and not picking up residue as I go along. Yeah, that's what I like. That's honestly what I like. So yeah, watch me blend. Guys, I forgot to add that in my new and updated foundation routine. Yes, I have a new one right now. I apply blush, a cream blush, under my highlighting concealer. Yeah, like literally under it, above my eyes, whatever. You see it in an Instagram video of mine. Yes, if you really want to see, go to Instagram. My handle is at KACHISTELLA _ everywhere except for TikTok. But yeah, if you do that, I usually use a lipstick because I don't have a cream concealer. When you do that, you will thank me. It just gives you, as Mario says, the baby girl look. I don't just want to look like a baby girl, because we're all baby girls for life, you know. So yeah, watch me blend. Bye. Hey guys, it's me again. Quick tip: blend everything out. Even if you make a mistake in applying a particular thing way too much, blend. If it's blush, you've applied way too much, blend. If it's contour, I'm sorry, you can't blend that out, because your face is going to look dark no matter what. So the fifth step is setting your makeup. I'm using the Sacha Buttercup setting powder in the shade medium. I can't use light anyways. And the one thing about setting my makeup is that I don't bake. I have dry under eye, so if I bake, the flashback that will catch me that day, somebody will be questioning if I know how to do makeup or not. Yeah, I don't use a sponge, I use a brush because I just like it. Like, over the years, I've developed techniques that are good for me, and you will too. Trust me, I used to use a sponge and it never did anything. So I apply it around my nose, highlight, under my eyes, my forehead, and under my cheeks, just so you can snatch your face more. And so to set in my my contour, I use a Blot and Makeup Defining palette. And you always want to tap, never swipe. You know what Dora says? Swipe and no swiping. Swipe. What's wrong with me? Please. Anyways, yeah, I also apply that under my neck. And then next is blush and finishing powder. So I apply blush to my cheek. Apply it on my cheeks, the apple of your cheeks. You always want to do that, and you also want to be careful because you could go heavy-handedly, but there's no worries. If you go heavy-handedly, all you want to do is like blend it out with your sponge. I recommend a sponge for this because it soaks it up. So you also want to, I'll do that on my nose as well because it just makes it look cute. And yeah, I don't on top of my forehead. I use a finishing powder because I noticed that it just smoothens everything out. I'm using the one from L'Oreal. Yeah. So the final step is setting spray. The setting spray you use is very crucial actually. I don't have a good setting spray, right? The good one I had is from Blossom Makeup that doesn't move. I reviewed it in my cheap makeup video. Go watch it. Thank you very much. So the one I'm actually using is the one from Elf. You need to be careful with it. So the next thing I do is highlighting. Like, I used to be a big fan of highlighting, but now I could actually miss that step without even knowing. But I'm using the one from Kiko. I love this for highlighting. It's nice. You need to get it. And yeah, that's that on that. I did my eye look, I did my brows, I did my lips. You already know how I do my brows. Already put that out there. And for my lips, I used the Blossom Makeup Afro Cheek lip palette. Like, I like that lip palette because it's not like it's inexpensive. It's okay for its price, but you get a lot of colors without buying multiple lipsticks and all of that. So that's my look. I'll see you guys in my next video.